up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Comman-Dads. We're one short right now, but I got Corey in the house. What's up, Corey?
What's up? What's up? Don't compare me to that guy in the house. He got Kyle Masters in a lot of trouble. So.
You went there. Got it. Well, so I was hoping that Tone would be back here by 9:30, and eventually I hope he does get on. He is right now dealing apparently with an active shooter on his street, and he is locked off of his block where he can't get in. So we were trying to give him a little bit of time to see if he can get over here. He couldn't, but as soon as he joins the call, we'll get him in here. But that is what's going on with Tone. Yes, hopefully, from what I'm hearing, what it seems like, he's okay, but apparently a lot of stuff going on his street. So hopefully that is taken care of. Anyway, all right, that's what's going on with Tone. What's new in Dadland over there, Corey?
What's new in Dadland? Zane turns 3 months tomorrow. That's what's new in Dadland. He is going to be 3 months tomorrow. It has went by so quick. He is he's, like I always say, he's a funny kid. He smiles a lot when you do stupid things now, so that's fun. It's either gas or he or repeat on himself, but it's fun. And I've had some challenges over the last week and a half. So when I get to come home and see him, it's good. It's good, and it makes my day. And I just realized that the bad stuff will pass, and it's fun. It's cool being a dad, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that opportunity to be his dad.
Good. Well, by next episode, I might actually be a dad. Okay, we may get induced this weekend, and it's kind of annoying because we had an appointment yesterday, and that was supposed to be when we talked to the delivering doctor to set up the appointment, and then we find out he was like, "Oh, you should have done this last week to schedule it so that you could get later in this week." So now I'm going to try to push it through. We're like, we've been going twice a week, every week since 36. So, and we've been asking every time, like, when are we going to schedule? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? Oh, you have to do this. Oh, you can't do that yet. Oh, this, oh, that, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, why haven't you done this yet? What do you mean, why haven't we done this yet? So, but he did put in a request for either tomorrow, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen because they would have told us today, Friday or Sunday night. Looks like it's, and hopefully for Friday, we'll see how that goes. But by next Wednesday, he might be here.
Just make sure your midwife didn't deliver barn animals before. And our midwife who delivered Zane, she's like, I used to be up in the north, in the Midwest, and I delivered cows and everything. I was like, okay. Like every time I tell you something about the day he was born, it's just wild. I've got a book, man. I swear I got a book.
Yeah, he's got to write a book. The birthday. Just call it The Birthday.
Yeah. Zane.0.
Zane.0. Yeah, there you go. Well, anyway, so we'll see how that goes. That's what's new over here, and he might be here. That might be the new thing. Well, as I said, we'll see when Tone gets here, and we'll still go back to that and see what he has to say. But ready to talk some Commanders?
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's take command, or let's raise hell, brother.
Let's raise hell. All right. Rookie minicamp will start this week. Does anyone actually care? Like, I just think of last year where Emmanuel Forbes was picking off some undrafted free agent and getting like a pick 6, and then everybody freaking out like, he's already making noise. Dude, it was somebody worse than Tommy DeVito. I can't even remember the guy's name. He didn't even make it to camp, I don't think.
No,
he was literally an undrafted free agent from like Montana or something. I can't even. Horrible. So do we care about rookie minute? Is there anything that you're interested hearing coming from these 3 days?
There's one thing that I'm interested in. They're healthy. They're healthy.
Okay.
That's all. Nobody gets hurt. That's what I'm interested in hearing. Like you said, they're in They're in lingerie for the most part, pretty much. And as Doc Walker would say, I don't really care. As long it's just really them getting a chance to run around, meet the new teammates, and kind of get to work with the coaches and stuff. It's a good touch point. That's about it. But I'm not drinking this Kool-Aid about Jaden Daniels just ripped one 80 yards down the field
to Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, to Luke McCaffrey, and it's the Choco Vanillo combination right there, and we're gonna see this all season long. Yes, I went there. It's your flavor ice cream, Tim. But
it's just reverse is all.
Yeah, he's like
for the standard.
They'll probably put Emmanuel Forbes back out there. Like, yeah, you got to redo. Like,
you got to redo rookie training camp.
It's like if you fail a grade, it's like, yeah, you got to repeat.
You got to repeat this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. Roger's a believer. Shocker here. Okay. Shout out to Roger. Yes, highly important, but for culture setting with the rookie, mindset establishing moments to set the tone for camp. Obviously, yes, there is. I'm not suggesting that this is not completely useful for the rookies. I just do think I want to temper this every time we hear a report out of one of these camps that people get so excited. Of course, practicing is always important. Getting your head in the playbook, starting to work with the coaches, building relationship. That's what all these OTAs are about, is building a relationship with your teammates, right? And so it's not that I'm suggesting that we shouldn't even do this. It's useless. It's pointless.
Right. Yeah.
It's just cool.
No, you're talking
practicing.
I know what you're talking. You're talking about like when JP Finley puts out a tweet about, oh gosh, Jay Daniels just hit somebody from Southwest. Hit Ben Sinnott, and nobody was covering him on this tight end. And linebacker wasn't covering him or something. Like, that's what you're talking about. Like, you don't want this to be overblown. And like temper your expectations, kiddos. That's pretty much what you like. And right. I'm the same way.
Anything you hear from this weekend has going to have zero input on what happens later. Right? Well, you could hear Jaden Daniels throws 5 interceptions in first day of rookie minicamp. Who cares? That could just mean he's working on something new. Or he's trying to build a relationship. He's just throwing it at a tight one. It could literally mean nothing. It could mean the world's ending. Who knows? But there's no way we're going to be able to tell from any report that we hear from this. But it is happening May 10th and through the 12th. They also announced this a while back, but we can just mention it excuse me. I had it here. And did I exit out of it? Basically, you have OTAs May 20. So, no. I had it here and then I got rid of it. But I'm sure I could look it up quickly of just the other dates of Washington Commanders, like the workouts that they announced, because it was just announced recently about the 12th, the 10th through the 12th. So OTAs, we have May 14th through the 15th, a day off. Then they go back the 17th, few days off, May 21st to 22nd, another day off, May 24th, back June 4th to 5th, and June 7th. These are all OTAs, workouts with each other, and then mandatory minicamp is June 11th to June 13th. So those are dates that could be coming up in the future that you may hear some news about through the media. But again, this is all just getting to know each other, having fun, and working on their craft. Nothing too crazy. All right. Here's something that a lot of people are talking about for this Commanders team. And it is interesting because we sucked before. And it's not shocking to me at all. You have a new coach, new GM, new regime in general. We are the team with the most roster turnover in the NFL. Only 57% of the team returning, which honestly could even go down post June 1st with some different cuts.
Right.
Well, how do you feel about that? Do you like that? Or is it a good thing, bad thing?
I mean, I think change is good, but I don't really think it matters at this point. Like you said, it's a new regime in here. They're trying to establish their culture. And I tell people this all the time. And I've said this, I've remained consistent in it. When Cam Curl left, Kendall Fuller left, and all these other guys left, they were contributors on a 4-13 team. So, and none of them shined enough to get a Pro Bowl nod or anything like that. So at the end of the day, they really weren't contributing to the overall winning factor of this team. I love them as much as you want to. I'm done loving players who aren't living up to the standard. Like that's what we've kind of get. It was like, okay, we can hem-ho around it. I didn't think the roster was gonna flip like this
That fast.
much and that fast. I even said it during I can't remember what game it was. I said, guys, we need to temper our expectations. They're not gonna go in here and blow this up and like flip everything over and everything like that. They did.
Yeah.
So I mean, kudos to them. They got rid of some of the guys, and we still got guys on here who really I don't know if they belong on a roster in the National Football League.
Right.
And the joke I always said was every time we would love people like I always call the Semi Cobb Award, right? We would have a guy that we loved in the I guess Tinsley was this year. If he gets cut, if he gets cut and he doesn't make the roster, who picks him up? Nobody picked up our guys over the last couple of years. Really, this free agency period was the first time we saw a lot of our guys. Hell, Sadiq Charles got picked up by somebody. The Titans. That shows you how bad the Titans are going to be. That shows you how bad the Titans are going to be and how out of touch or in over his head that Callahan is.
Brian Callahan, yeah.
Yeah, right. Watch what I tell you right now, son.
I'm excited about 57%, only 57% returning. And I was super impressed with how quickly we got cheap, but reasonable quality very quickly in this building. The defense is already completely revamped. New defensive ends, new linebackers, new safeties, new corners, even right now. Still Kendall Fuller and Benjamin St. Juste and Emmanuel Forbes are still on the roster, but we added 5 corners also. Like the whole defense is pretty much entirely revamped, which it needed to be. We added a bunch of interior offensive linemen. So it clearly needed to be done, right? And there was a reason I predicted 6-11 last year going into the season. I knew we weren't very good. It's unfortunate, but you had a rookie quarterback essentially going in behind one of the worst offensive lines. That proved to pan out horribly. We drafted terribly the last few seasons leading up to that last year. So clearly it needed to be done. And I'm happy about it. But with so much turnover, do we expect immediate results? Is this something that you actually think that we could be competing already with a rookie quarterback, a whole new roster, essentially 43% new roster? And, tandem this with how long does this regime have to turn it around?
Mm-hmm.
Do they need to turn it around super quickly or not? And do we expect it to happen?
I don't think I think they've got a long leash because Josh Harris doesn't come off as the type of guy who's going to make a quick decision to fire if something's not going right. Right? He gave Ron Rivera the whole year. When everybody was calling, fire Ron. He's got to go, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. He held to his hand. He held to his gun. And it got him the second pick. It got him the second overall pick in this draft. I think that they got the right guy for the situation in Adam Peters, and he's going to let Adam cook. And whether that means he burns his hand or he puts out a 5-course meal, a delicious 5-course meal.
Right.
He got his guy. He's going to stand by him. They got the coach that they really wanted. They want a veteran coach to work with. I know people say Ben Johnson. Oh, well. I think you can I would say temper your expectations. I need to see a competitor. And what do I mean? Like we could win 2 or 3 more games than we won last year, but I think they're going to be all together. They're going to be more quality games, even the games we lose in. I don't think you're going to see a team that's going to quit, that's going to lay down. You're not going to see a team getting beat 45-38-10 each week and just like, oh well, we'll wait till November. We'll go play the pink. We'll wait till December, and we'll be done. And I think we're going to see a competitor. Now, will that translate to wins in this first season? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot to go because there's a lot of question marks. Cornerback, the linebacker situation. I think the defense is going to be okay. But then I also, on the offensive side, though, Tim, that offensive line, still a lot of question marks.
Yes.
Who's going to be your left tackle? Are you going to go in there with Coleman as your left tackle? Or are you going to make some changes there? Are you going to find somebody in free agency? Mekhi Becton got signed by the Eagles. Darn them. But we'll see how it works so far. They have a plan. They're sticking to it. Yes. And they don't care. They don't care what anybody else thinks. I love it.
Yeah, I don't expect immediate results. The tackle position is still a huge concern, and Robert Parrish, you had a great point. I think they are waiting to cut Wiley until after June 1st because you can get a lot more money back post June 1st than you can in pre-June 1st, that is. I just looked at it earlier. I'll pull it up again. The Andrew Wiley, where did he go?
I think he'll be. I think he'll be back this year.
Wiley. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it goes from pre-June 1st, you only get 1.5 million back. And then post-June 1st, you can then make it to 4.2 million back. So you can basically almost triple your money back to the cap waiting until after June 1st. There's no reason to cut him before. We still have $43 million in cap now. Do we, with $43 million in cap, do we make moves now to try to become a competitor this year? Or would you say, because I think you only have to spend 90% of your cap in 5-year span. So we don't have to spend 90% of our cap immediately. We could wait to spend it later down the road with the rookie quarterback, with the tackle position question mark. I do like Donovan Smith. He's still out there that I think he could be a phenomenal 1-year stopgap, and then Brandon Coleman be our right tackle to answer your question there, Robert, because I do not want to see Wiley as our starting right tackle. And I don't think he would. Honestly, even if he was here, I still think they would go Cornelius Lucas left and then potentially Brandon Coleman right. And then have Wiley as your basically play anywhere. He could be a guard. He could play either tackle in a pinch, not ideally, but it's just he's a potential swing where he can be a backup across the board. I wouldn't mind. I still would mind it because I don't think that those are enough quality starters. I would like Donovan Smith at the stopgap. But to go back to this question, philosophically, because obviously it depends on who's out there, blah, blah, blah. If there's nobody of quality out there, don't spend the money. But let's say there was some decent players out there that of position of need that you could spend with the rookie quarterback where we are now. Would you spend that $43 million? Or would you kick it down the road and then be ready to make a huge splash in 2025?
I think I'd wait till 2025 to make that huge splash, right? Because you got a lot of dudes that are on 1-year contracts this year, so they're going to try to fight it out and try to see if they're going to be part of this going forward. I like your idea of getting like a Donovan Smith, right, to come in there, guy who's won 2 Super Bowls. As a left tackle and could be a good stopgap because that's the key right now. You're trying to teach Jaden Daniels how to be an NFL quarterback. And the key thing about being a rookie quarterback, you've got to be protected on both sides. We saw the nightmare that was Sam Howell last year. And granted, a lot of that was on Sam, but a majority of that was on that offensive line. Turnstiles, Leno, Wiley. They just weren't getting the job done at times.
Whoever we played at left guard, Andrew Norwell, The Trey Turner, all
we
of
could
them
never
stunk.
get
Yeah.
that spot right. And it was
Mhm.
so crazy because you went into 2019, which was a bad year for us. We were 3-13, right? Yeah. And that offensive line, I would have took all those guys. I would have took Donald Penn, Eric Flowers, Healthy Chase, Roulier, Brandon Sheriff, and then you have who was the right tackle there? And Morgan Moses.
Mhm.
I would have took them against any of these offensive lines that we had. I'm still a proponent of them getting rid of letting Brandon Sheriff walk. I'll stand on that hill. It's not revisionist history. I'm saying that was the right move in the beginning to get rid of. And now they got what the Jags are getting him to restructure his contract. So I think it was stupid to get rid of Morgan Moses, and the fact that they did not do enough to keep Trent Williams, which Trent Williams wanted to leave anyway.
Mhm.
They just ignored that.
I mean, we
position.
could go on and on
Yeah.
and on
Yeah.
about
Oh,
how
yeah. I know.
stupid Ron
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Martin Mayhew, the GM, was, because I just can't believe how bad they were at roster building. But when you hire an 0-16 GM, what do you expect?
And Roger makes a good point too. Think about that. Jacoby Brissett looked good against the Rams and the Jets against that same offensive line. He's not wrong. He's not.
The offensive line was bad. But yes, I do agree. Eric Bieniemy was just as bad. We literally had the trifecta of just showing why you cannot pass the ball, right? You had a rookie quarterback behind a horrible offensive line with a coordinator who thought he had Patrick Mahomes. He couldn't read that. Oh, that's a what? Actually, I forgot what number he wore already. Was it
14?
What did Hal wear? 14. Good. I could not even think about it after time. Yeah, he thought 14 was 15, and it just did not work out at all in that whole trifecta. But if Fasano shows out in Jets preseason, why not send a conditional third to the Jets for Tyron Smith? He's old. I would rather just pay Donovan Smith.
Right.
Like, you could get him much cheaper. You don't have to trade any picks. If they did that, would I freak? No, because we do need a left tackle. I just think that Donovan Smith makes a lot more sense. If Donovan Smith gets signed by somebody before we could make that move, then we could start talking about somebody else at the left tackle spot. But even with us not passing 50 times a game, I'm still concerned about the offensive line. I'm concerned about Jaden Daniels in general. This is not something I wrote down, but just made me think of it anyway, so I'll just say it. I'm concerned because any quarterback that runs for 500 plus yards has an extensive injury history. It doesn't matter your size. I'm not even talking about his 6'4", 210 frame.
Right.
Cam Newton was a 6'5", 240.
He was a Mack truck.
Yeah, and by the time he was 28, 29 years old, this guy's missing time and banged up. Right? And now I'm not expecting us to run as in between the tackles as much as Cam Newton did. I mean, Cam Newton was literally a running back at times. They just lined him up and ran power O up the middle. I'm not expecting that. But even you could go down the list. If you're a quarterback that runs a lot, you're going to have an extensive injury history before you're too old. And that's a concern. So protecting him, and even a guy like Kyler Murray, who was phenomenal at avoiding hits. He knew how to slide with a baseball background. He knew how to get out of bounds. He did not take unnecessary hits, and he's still banged up, right? And you could even go to other running backs that are huge. Brandon Jacobs had injuries. Derrick Henry's had injuries. When you run a lot in this league,
you're going to get hurt.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And you combine that with the fact that he's 210 pounds. Now you really, at 6'4", 210 pounds is not a small person until you start looking at 6'4", and then now it's like, okay, that means you're a pretty thin human being if you're 6'4", 210.
Right.
So that is a big concern with our quarterback position. I hope that we max run him for 400 yards. Max, right? And it's more spots where he could really slice a defense. And as Dan Quinn said, take the soul from a defense, right? You have a perfect coverage, and then he runs for 20 yards out of bounds, doesn't get hit, and avoids it, right?
You don't need to see no RG3 highlights. No. Gosh.
Yeah. Please don't. And I know it's going to be exciting because especially if he breaks ones off like he did at Florida, or did against Florida, rather, it would be exciting. But
that's his highlight game. He said, if you want to turn him on, Florida last year.
Could I see a sign David Bakhtiari? See, that's why I wasn't freaking out when the Eagles got Mekhi Becton. But the Eagles could afford to take an injury-prone dude like that, a big hit-or-miss type prospect, right? Especially because they have a bunch of offensive linemen anyway. Bakhtiari is a similar case where I don't know if we can afford to take that kind of a hit. We need to get somebody that's going to – I would rather have a Donovan Smith who's shown to be healthy for a long period of time, and he may not have as high a ceiling as a Mekhi Becton or highest ceiling as a David Bakhtiari, but he'll be there, consistent with the quarterback play. So that's where I don't think
Bakhtiari I can't even say his name, but 11 games was the most he's played in a season over the last 5 years. So that to me, I'm just like, that's a hard pass for me.
The man, the myth, the legend is in the house. He survived.
Thank Jesus.
007 out there.
That's right.
Dodging him.
How much was that Uber bill? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. So you were sitting in the Uber the whole time?
Sitting in the Uber the whole time.
Okay, all right. You know what? Actually, before I go into this, some of you may not have been here right at the top of the show. The reason that Tone was not with us when we started is because he was locked out of his block where he could not go into the street because there was apparently an active shooter situation and the cops blocked off his street and he couldn't get back to his apartment. And then he had an Uber ride home. And this is why we're asking this question. Did the Uber stop the meter? Or did you have to pay extra because he's waiting?
Well, I paid extra because Uber called and they asked what happened. And they was like, yeah, he doesn't pay extra. He just has to wait until they let him.
My gosh. That's
let us go through, yeah. But they didn't let no one go through. So eventually they was like, hey, can we just go the opposite way and take all the one-ways back? And it was like, yeah, it's cool. But it's under your own risk. If you get hit by a car or something like that, it's under your own risk.
Jeez.
But like the shooting literally just happened after we pulled up. Like we pulled up on my street. The streets are one way. So as we're going past the complex, I had to go to my complex. The policeman literally pulls up and stopped the Uber driver. Like, where you going?
Home.
Trying to take this guy home. Like what the hell? He was like, yeah, it's an active shootout here. I'm gonna need you to turn back around. He lives over here. Well, active shootout here. I don't know what to tell you. You can pull over and wait. Sat there, 30 minutes go by, 60 minutes go by. Even the ambulance comes, I guess they found the victim, who the victim was. Ship him to the hospital. Another 15 minutes go past, and we're like, bro, what the hell is going on? And then like he's still on the loose. I'm like, bro, it's a 1-block race. You can't catch this fool. Like, it's 100 y'all out here, and y'all can't catch this dude. Like,
didn't I tell you that's how he was gonna react? I told you that. I told you that's how he was gonna react, didn't I?
I'm like, he's still on the loose. I said, huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean he's still on the loose? He's like, yeah.
The juice is loose, man. The juice is loose.
I said,
they can't mess with that hair. It's Kevlar. Talking about
like, bro. It's like, yeah, man. He's like 5'8". He's dark skinned with dreads with a ski mask. That's
so was you?
The description? I said, I'm not 5'8", so that's damn for me. I'm 5'6". That's a lie. And he said dark skin with dreads. I'm not dark skin.
Oh, okay. Dark skin, got it. Okay.
I was like, you clearly can't see a dude with an all black outfit with a shiesty on. Interesting. Okay. I'll just keep sipping my root beer.
You didn't finish your root beer at that time? You have one.
No,
you couldn't drink it in the Uber.
I was just kidding.
You couldn't drink it in the Uber, man. That would have been
okay.
deduction on his driver.
He's a Beverly Hills cop.
No, I don't know Beverly Hills cop. I just want to go home. That's what I want to do.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you got in here. And
thank Jesus.
Yeah. Well, is there anything?
I heard the topic. I talked about tackles, right? I overheard. So.
Yes, we were talking about tackles. Some people, and I thought this was an interesting point. We'll get back to it. Is the fact that Rodgers didn't push the Jets to sign Bakhtiari, I think, is very telling. Yeah, it's
I agree with that too.
Dude, if he's healthy, he's a super high talented tackle. He's just never, which is why the Packers let him go. Because you don't let a guy like that go, especially when he's homegrown and drafted, if you think he's going to stay, just like Mekhi Becton. Because Mekhi Becton had a very high ceiling, couldn't stay healthy. So I'm fine with, in our spot and where we were, to not sign one of these injury-prone dudes. And who knows? Maybe I shouldn't say that until Bakhtiari signs somewhere else. Maybe we sign him tomorrow. But I think that we're going to wait.
Yeah. I honestly think no one's going to sign David Bakhtiari because it feels like his career might be over with. From I heard about the injuries and all that. Like it might be wraps for him. So I don't think no one's going to sign David Bakhtiari. As for Mekhi Becton, he's cool. I think bro's honestly mid. He's extremely talented, but just seems like he just can't keep his weight fluctuated, which is annoying. So I think I'll pass on that one too.
Well, he's already signed with the Eagles, so he is
an op. Screw him, whatever. Yeah.
He's an op.
Get out my face. Donovan Smith signed with the team yet?
No,
that's who I want. And I saw somewhere
I would take him from a one year flyer.
Somebody said that we were the most likely landing spot too. And I mean, I think it was just some talking head that was just, most likely landing spot for all. I don't think he had inside information.
I think we should sign Donovan Smith. I mean, you don't know what Brandon Coleman is. I think
he's a right tackle.
I think Cornelius Luke is a right tackle. So you got like 100 right tackles on the roster, no left.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Lucas is a swing. I think that's what. I don't think he should be starting either direction.
Hey, when he plays, he's quiet. So I take for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, he's a spot duty guy though. He can't. I don't think he can carry.
He's a guy you might play for like 2 or 3 weeks or something and put back on the bench.
Yeah,
right. I don't think he's a 17 game starter myself, but when he does play, he's quiet. So I give him credit for that. I give him credit where credit is due. Yeah.
With 43 million,
Donovan should be the move. And then you start Brandon Coleman on the other side and see Luke be the swing. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you sign a Donovan Smith ready for the left, it doesn't even mean that you guarantee that Coleman starts at the right. You may want to develop him longer, and you still have Lucas who could start at the right.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lucas is not the starter, but I'm fine with him starting at right if you don't think Coleman's ready to be the starting right tackle, and then just have him continue to learn.
Or, it's a spicy one.
Okay.
If you don't trust Nick Allegretti, we don't trust Andrew Wiley for a damn. We all know we don't trust that fool. And you don't trust those two former Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, Brandon Coleman, can you play left guard?
No, we don't need him to play left guard.
Yeah.
We signed a bunch of them. It's not just Allegretti. I mean, we still have Ricky Stromberg.
Any of these folks.
And we have the dude that we signed from Houston. What was his name again? I can't remember now off the top of my head.
He's like a swing guy. He's a position flex guy.
Michael Rader or something like that. He's a
center. But if you're a center, you can play guard. I mean, guard and
Ty Biage can't play guard, save his life.
Why you say that?
I would be honest, cannot play guard, save his life.
When did he play guard?
Almost never. But the little bit of time I saw him, terrible.
I think if you can play center, you can play guard. There's no reason that you can't. You can't. There's zero reason that you can't play Dieter. That's it. Thank you, Gus. It was Dieter.
Yeah,
the
Michael
guy we
Dieter.
got from
Michael Dieter.
And so we have guys that can fight for the left guard spot. I'm not worried about the left guard. Cosme's got the right guard locked up. Biotish will be the center. It's the tackles. That's all the tackles that are big question marks, and what they will do. And maybe Adam Peters says, "I told you guys before the draft. I told you I'm fine with Lucas
tackle."
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he thinks like Gus. Lucas played well at left tackle in 2020.
And they still got Trent Scott there too. Remember, he's
a cool spot duty too. So
yeah.
I don't know. Put Coleman at left tackle and rotate the 3 tight ends at that chip the whole time.
Nah, funny as heck. You don't get spanked. Stop that.
I mean, if he starts at left tackle, I think you do need to chip the entire time. But we should have done that last year too.
Hey man, I think you can get.
We should have been doing that for 2 years. We should have been doing that for 2 years. Remember when Leno needed that help against
Thibodeau
from the Giants? Yeah.
When we just decided not to block him,
like I was
on
at
4th down and 10.
I was like, I said, put a tight end beside her, help him. He just left him. He left him naked and afraid and cold out there at FedEx Field. Like it was just. I said, brother, what are you doing? Like
he left my man a Diddy birthday suit just to get the quarterback sack.
rotate Wiley and Lucas every down.
Corey.
Oh, jeez.
Corey, I'm sorry. Until that man is locked up, I'm making a Diddy reference every show. I'm sorry. Sorry,
gosh.
But yeah, Charlie.
Why could do a Diddy when you could go Drake now? I mean,
Yeah,
just
true.
Oh my gosh.
all right, we're not going that way. Never mind. I'm sorry. I should have done that. Okay.
The diddler over here.
But we have to talk real news. We have to talk real news. Who's wearing number 5? Okay. The real news.
Trust way until proven otherwise. Trust way.
The most important topic in DC is who's wearing the number 5.
Tressway.
Tressway or
proven otherwise.
Daniels. You had thoughts on this before the show. I told you to just save it. What are your thoughts here?
Let me in here. I've got to call my good friend, Officer Like I Give a Damn. That's exactly who I have to call. This is the most. We always people talk about being a poverty franchise and the dumbest stuff we just get upset about. This is poverty mentality. We got people out here fighting, talking about people's mamas and cousins and the way they look and the cars they drive because they think Jaden Daniels deserves 5 over Tressway. We have people who love Tressway. Probably the most consistent player, although he's a punter. Like this is called, just a special teamer and everything. I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? Who gives a damn about this? This is really what it's like. So we went from last year talking about Diddlin' Dan to talking about like who's gonna get like really starting wars over here, like Professor X and Magneto fighting over the mutants over here, like what? Oh, they hate people. Like this is what we're doing. This is what people are doing out here. This is the most stupid, asinine argument I have ever seen. I thought the name.
No grave. I agree with that.
I thought the name thing was terrible. And you know what? There's passion behind it. That makes sense. I don't have no problem with that. And then what else are we talking about? The uniform, the uniforms and everything. Now we're talking about the number. Who's going to get an effing number? Who cares?
Who cares?
No, the only numbers we need to worry about is 4 and 13 because that's where our scraggly ass team was last year. We were at the bottom of the barrel. We couldn't win no game. We were outscored so much that it looked like high school teams could beat us. We can beat 38-10, 45-10. We just showing up just for a little bit just to get paid. It's like checking in like we had field day or something, getting a participation trophy, just coming out here. Y'all worried about numbers? Y'all worried about a quarterback and a punter and the number who's getting it? Who cares, man? I use the rest of my time.
So Tressway's gonna give up number 5? Is that?
If he does, he does.
We don't give a DAMN. Preach. Preacher Corey, preach. Pastor Corey in the building, preaching the gospel.
Oh, gosh.
Who gives a hell about a
I'm like on a diabetic shock. Just thinking. Just God.
Boy, who gives a damn?
That is hilarious. Facts.
Oh, God.
You'll be tweaking over a number, bro. Hey,
I don't care. I agree. I don't care, but I do think that if Jaden Daniels, you draft him number 2, I think he should get number 5.
All right, so I'm gonna bring this up. So I want to bring this up too. Remember 2019 when Dwayne Haskins got drafted and everyone was D-eating. I can't say the word on here, but D-eating over why he should get number 5 or Joe Dodden wore the number.
7.
All this big argument.
7.
And this man didn't last 2 seasons in the uniform. So everyone do me a favor. Shut the hell up. We don't care. 7 and 9 are available. Guess what? I don't care, Jaden. They were 15. Hey, Kirk wore 18. You can wear a double-digit number. It's okay, Jaden. Go out there and go 65. Earn it. And then next year we can have a conversation. I don't want to hear it. Shush. I don't care.
The GOAT Dax Milne has 15, though.
Man, Dax Milne can take your Mr. Stereo girl behind that house. This Zach Wilson affair having go. You're not gonna be on the roster. Who cares? Who cares about Dax Milne? All right, look,
that's funny.
Just I don't care what number Jaden wears. Just win ball games.
Thank you.
Let's compete.
Give JD RG3 number 10 since he wore the same.
Oh no, that's a curse. Please.
Oh, now he cares.
Is a weird
No,
number.
Yeah, Paul
Like
Richardson.
number 10.
That's the Paul Richardson.
That
Paul
number should be
Richardson.
burnt in Washington.
I agree.
Get that number
Do
out.
you guys
ain't
think
lying.
Washington merch not selling has to do with the majority of the fan base not liking the new name? I don't think so. I think it's mainly just because we suck. That's why
I agree.
That
I
is
agree.
why. And until we figure it out, then. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I think it has an effect because there is a lot of fans that are not fans of this team anymore because the name changed.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There's a lot of people that left the fan base because of it, right? I could never. I couldn't do that. All right, and clearly, because that's why we're so fan. I'm still wearing it.
Oh yeah,
right?
I got my head up here.
There's a lot of skin stuff behind me, and I'll still say Redskins. I don't care, but I'll say Commanders because that's what I do. I do a show about the Commanders, and so I could not leave I put way too much into this team.
You're not
to
used
just
to
leave over
telling
the
I
name.
can lead this team. Heck no.
But even before that, I've been a
I love
fan
this
for
team too much.
yeah my entire life. I wasn't just gonna leave. So, but there is a lot of people that did that.
Respect.
And it is what it is. To each their own. They can do whatever they want to. But no, right now it's because we suck. If we change the name and then the next year won the Super Bowl, our jerseys would be selling like hotcakes.
Cakes. 1,000.
It wouldn't be a thing, right? There you go. I love the hat. Well played. So I think it's more to do with the fact that we're 4-13, number 2 overall pick. We've sucked for a long time. We've been a joke, and that is what it is. People didn't want to pay for Dan Snyder or anything for years. That happened won't change.
Dan was terrible.
Still suck.
Yeah. To deal with that goofy. Now I will say
that was another. That is.
I mean, for the team though.
Yeah. But Tim's got it right though. People are hoes. That's all it is. You give them something to attach to attract them right back there. It's like a rat to cheese. If we start winning, people gonna come back. They're gonna start them hundos gonna start flying all over the rack. And if you still got stuff like this and people wearing it in the stadium, why do you need to buy new stuff unless you want to buy the new stuff, right? So,
and I don't buy things anyway.
I'm not buying no jersey, bro, because all you players come and go. Only
I might buy a
jersey. You buy YouTube that on the back.
Well, you guys know what jersey I might buy.
No way, baby.
Oh,
I
Ben
might buy a
Sinnott.
jersey.
Okay? Yeah, Ben Sinnott.
That's besides the point. I don't buy stuff. I don't.
I buy that Mike Salmon.
Everything you see behind me has been given to me. Whether it be gifts, hand-me-downs, whatever. I even got more stuff on the shelf up there with the Wheaties boxes. Like pretty much everything behind me. I don't think I bought a single thing behind me except for the Wizards jersey. Actually, I was at a game and I didn't have a Wizards jersey at the time. That's the only one I bought. Everything else has been a gift or a hand-me-down.
In the Sean job too? Sean Taylor job?
That was my first Christmas gift from my wife. My wife got it for me as a Christmas gift.
That's precious.
So, yeah, and I don't even know where I have got a lot of it's hand me down. Her grandfather, my dad, my grandfather, my whatever. Like, so I don't have a bunch of Washington football gear because I haven't had enough Christmases, birthdays, whatever to be gifted this stuff. I have gotten some things like that Washington gold hat. My uncle gave it to me when he got his first season tickets with the Washington Commanders. Some people have given me shirts. I think I have 2 shirts now of Washington, and I don't turn it away. I'm still going to buy it. I have some Washington football team stuff. So anyway,
I don't go buy me.
I buy a hat. I'll be honest with you. I buy a hat every year, and that's that's just one of my traditions. I buy like my wife even says she's like, didn't you have a hat? I was like, yeah, but I need another one because I've got to wear this hat, and so that's
I probably buy a hat every 2 years.
I've got like you should see him.
Shout out Terry. Shout out to Terry for signing this guy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good one.
Terry.
I feel like we're gonna have to change it. It'd have to be if we are gonna change it. You have to change the new stadium. I don't think they're gonna change the name.
They're not gonna do it anytime soon. They trying to focus on winning games right now. They don't care about no name, bro.
But if you start winning games under the Commanders, are you really gonna change it then? I
don't
think
think probably not.
So I don't think they're gonna ever change it. I think it is what it is.
I'm fine with Commands. I don't care, bro.
It's
just want more
on
ball
their
game, bro.
board of things that I mean, they've admitted that it's on their board of things to look into. But, sometimes when they're looking into it, they might be trying to wade out the storm as well. So if this team, like y'all said, if we become successful, it's going to be an afterthought.
Yeah.
Facts. Because we're winning. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't care to name Washington Mo. Just win games. I don't care. In DC, they call me Mo. Win games, baby.
There you go. All right. So now that we got past the important stuff of who's going to wear the number 5, who's going to wear the number 0 now? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. The schedule is scheduled to be released next Wednesday on the 15th. Okay. That's what it's tentatively announced to be, according to the internets.com.
The internets.com.
He just slide
the internet's like undefeated though, so it's probably through the 15th.
All right. So we've had our opponents forever. Since the end of the season. Once the records are established, you know who your opponents are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Out of our opponents, who's your favorite week 1 opponent? And I'll actually ask the other questions later. Who do you want to see week 1 going into the 2024 season?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't care what no one says. I want the Chicago Bears. We played them at home, right? I want them FX Field on prime time. Number 1 versus number 2 pick. I want the smoke. I want it. Caleb, bring your bum here and get spanked. Bring it. You nail wearing.
The Bears. So you want the Bears?
The Bears with his nail wearing, pink lipstick wearing. Yeah, you.
What about you?
Bring
Corey?
that here, boy. Time to get whooped. Bring it.
I don't think we're going to. I think we'll be on the road.
I want revenge for that last year bull crap. I want revenge.
Yeah, that was a
I want revenge. Serve ice.
I think the Bears have to be week 5 Thursday night.
No, I don't want that.
Again.
Okay.
Again.
3 in a row. 3 in a row.
I don't want that.
Just do it. At FedEx too. It's a home game. At FedEx. Do it again. Repeat.
I think we're going to be. I think we're gonna be on the road in week 1. So
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think because we've played like the last 4 games
seasons.
At home.
4?
Yeah.
3. Is it 3?
No, 4. We played
Chargers.
We played the Eagles, the Chargers.
Oh, we did play Eagles,
the Jaguars, the Cardinals. They ain't gonna let us do a 5. We're not gonna have 5. Oh, 5 right there. Who's gonna wear 5 on that one? So,
bro, go ahead.
Let me take a look at this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I defer to you real quick, Tim.
Road opponents. I take Atlanta week 1 though too. I don't mind going to the A. I want to go to Atlanta, bro.
The Atlanta game would be at home.
It's home. Suck, man. They suck. Who are road opponents?
Oh yeah, here we go. The home opponents are Dallas, Giants, Eagles, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons, Panthers, Browns, Steelers, Titans, Bears. So those are our 6 home that are not divisional. We have 9 home games, and 6 of them are non-divisional, and those are the 6. The away are obviously the division, and then you have the Saints, Buccaneers, Ravens, Cardinals, Bengals. If I were to pick one home and away, I like the Panthers week 1, and I like the Cardinals week 1. If you're looking at who are you, how I'm looking at it is who do I feel as though we can have the best chance of obviously winning week 1. And with Jaden Daniels and with the whole situation, I think those would be our best bets.
I agree with
if
that.
you are looking for TV ratings right off rip, then it's got to be the Bears.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking for TV ratings. I'm looking for TV ratings.
It's got to be at that point. But that would be a home game if that was the case. If it's an away game, then
Cardinals?
I think I would rather see the Giants if I have to be an away game because
I think
I don't want to go to the middle ones. I don't know.
If it's
that'd be a good matchup. It'd be a good matchup. I think. Yeah,
that'd be a winnable ball game for sure. I don't want to go to the middle line.
We thought that last year.
We're not going rap battles here.
MetLife is so trash.
Yeah, go. I'd go with the Giants on the road.
MetLife, whatever. I don't like the stadium. I like the opponent. We're gonna win.
If we had home, let's say the Panthers.
Yeah,
in week one.
I'm Team Panthers as well. I like that.
Because
If you
that
want
gives
to
me
The
an
best chance
Arizona
to win is
vibe.
definitely the Panthers because I think they're still going to stink. So I can agree with that.
I guess the scary thing about the Giants, though, is they have a decent pass rush, though, don't they? Maybe we don't want that for Jaden Daniels week one.
Hey, you got look. I say this right now. You gonna play them bums eventually. They're like you either want to kick the can down the road or you just want
Cardinals
to
have
chase
the
them.
worst pass rush, right? I think so. Out of the
Yeah,
people,
I think we could go out to the desert though. Yeah, that might be a good one.
Yeah, I said the
Here's a
Cardinals.
random one from
I think Cardinals is a
Bomb
dub.
here. Should Jaden Daniels start week one?
He should not be forced if they're not if they don't think he's ready. I'll say that.
Okay.
I know he's the number 2 pick overall.
So you're saying no if not ready. So your answer
if
would
not
be no.
ready. Yeah, I would say.
Of course, you think he should be if he's the best quarterback there. But,
right.
Yeah. But you're saying no. So it's not a no matter what you start him. You're fine if they go with Mariota or, God forbid, Jake Fromm. No, I was kidding. It's Mariota.
They ain't going to know Jake Fromm. Jeff Driscoll. They'll go with Jeff Driscoll.
Oh, my gosh. They'll go with Sam Hartman before they go with Marcus Smart.
All right, Tone, what do you think? Should they start Jaden? Basically, my question should be, should Jaden start no matter what week one?
If they don't think he's ready, no, I agree with that with Corey, but I think he will be, so I think he will. So I think they should. I don't want to see Marcus Mariota personally. I think he's doo-doo garbage. He's a 55 overall with no badges. He's terrible. He disgusts me. He sucks. I don't want to see Marcus Mariota personally. But I think if Jaden isn't fully ready, I think he'll have a better performance than Mariota anyway. Mariota stinks. I think you should just start Jaden no matter what, unless he's like developing like Dwayne Haskins, and you just like I can't do this at all. I have to play.
I'm team start no matter what. I'm team start no matter what. Like
he needs the reps.
That's what I think. Right? Like, do I really think that Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have been good quarterbacks if you didn't start them eventually? Like, or started year one? Yeah, maybe they wouldn't have been good year one. I mean, Jordan Love wasn't good year one when he waited. Right? It took till year two until he started to figure it out. Right? Not every quarterback that's going to be good has a great year one. I mean, you have Peyton Manning that threw the most interceptions ever as a rookie. You could probably go down a list of teams that were not very. Eli Manning's another one that did not start off very good, and they stuck with him.
And he was benched first. Remember, Kurt Warner started first before he did. Eli did.
Kurt Warner started.
Yeah, he started. We
Eli's
played.
Rookie year?
Yeah, we played Kurt.
Yeah,
we played Kurt Warner in week 2 of 2004.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wasn't paying attention too much back then anyway. But okay, that's fine. I'm somebody that wants to just start them immediately and just get the ball rolling. Find out what you have and make the move. I'm not really interested in this wait for a long time. Now, I would love to give him time. Like, I'm not opposed to at least, like, even if he stinks year one, I'm not saying that you have to make the move and get rid of him by year 2. But you can start getting him used to game speed, getting him on the field, understanding what is being done to him, and let him develop into a quarterback, right? And give him complete confidence that he is going to be our guy moving forward for the next, call it 3 seasons. Minimally. I mean, you drafted him number 2, you may as well give him time to develop and work out things. So I'm somebody that says, start this guy no matter what. It just is what it is. So I love the idea of him starting in week 1, no matter who we play against, no matter what. And Deems, to answer your question, we did answer it earlier, but just quickly answer. We do think we're going to sign a guy before week 1. I don't think any of us think that we're riding with what we got. At least we're hoping. Anyway, back to the schedule. Early record prediction based on our opponents. I just gave them to him. I give it to him again if you want. And how many games out of these should Washington be favored?
Excellent question.
So here we go. Just to go through them one more time. Home games: Dallas, Giants, Eagles, obviously. Falcons, Panthers, Browns, Steelers, Titans, Bears. Away opponents would be the division: Saints, Buccaneers, Ravens, Cardinals, Bengals. So I'll just go down the list. In 2 games of the Cowboys, home and away, should we be favored against the Cowboys in either of those games?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely
Giants.
not.
Split.
Okay. So favored at home, not favored
Mhm.
away kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be 1 game out of the 4. Eagles.
No.
Okay. So that's still only 1 in this scenario. All right. Now we'll go with the home games first. At home versus the Falcons.
No.
Does it matter if it's earlier or away with the Falcons? Like, what if Kirk is not ready week 1?
Well, you're asking me
If they're throwing Michael Penix out there, I think we should be favored. If it's Kirk, no.
Yeah, and like all expectation, we're talking about like thinking they're gonna be at full strength right now. So I'd say
Yeah, I'm gonna
no.
assume it's Kirk. is
Okay,
playing.
we're just say full
Mhm.
strength. Okay, so no.
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yes.
Okay,
Carolina stinks.
favored.
I don't care no more.
So that's 2 out of this so far. Browns.
No.
Steelers.
I'm gonna call it a split.
I'm gonna go favorite.
Split. I'll
Okay,
give it a
it's
split.
favored.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a favorite.
I-
I don't trust
It's the
Sierra. I
Steelers,
don't trust
man.
Sierra's husband no more. I don't trust Sierra's husband no more.
It's the Steelers. It's hard to say we should be favored against the Steelers. Like
I don't trust Sierra's husband no more. I don't call my.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
yeah.
I don't trust Sierra's husband. I don't trust Sierra's husband no more.
Ooh, that's a good one. I just said, and I'm saying that I think Callahan's out of his in over his head. I'm gonna say
No ring any bells.
yes
It does ring some bells.
for the Tennessee Titans.
Yes, the Steelers are at home. You know what? I'll give it to it. That's a good point. Steelers at home. I'll give it to them. 3 favored games. Okay.
They
Now we're
travel,
going
but
to Titans.
that fan base travels well, y'all.
That's true.
It's gonna be like
3
a road
favorites so
game.
far.
It's a road game.
Yep. So, are we favored against the Titans there, Tech?
Yes.
You agree, Corey?
Titans are mid, bro.
Tighten up. Oh, yeah. I
You need
think
to tighten up.
if
All right,
Rabel was
4.
the coach,
That's
yeah.
4. Bears.
Heck no.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. So that's still only 4. Going to the away games, not outside of the division. Saints.
No.
I don't trust New Orleans, bro. I'm gonna say yeah.
I
Who
say
is the
no,
guy?
but
Is it still Carr?
yeah, it's
Derek
old
Carr
eye.
is trash.
It's eyelash shadow.
It's the
Yeah,
away
but
opponent. It's hard to play down there. I'm going to say no.
yeah.
Buccaneers.
It's in New Orleans. Yeah,
That defense,
they'll be at home.
depending on what Baker,
You should be favored. Okay, that's
that Baker depends on what Baker you're gonna get, and if it's hot,
Shake and
I
bake.
think
I'm gonna say
No.
favored
no.
is shake and bake be inconsistent. One year you lit, the next year he's trash.
Oh, so you think this is a down year for Baker?
Yeah, the even number years is trash for Baker, man.
That's funny.
I'm
I say no. We're not favored over the Bucks. Ravens.
Heck no.
Yeah, you might as well say no for the rest of these two. The
Well-
Ravens and the Bengals, no.
Well,
No.
hold on. We still have the Cardinals.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So 5 out of our 17 games, we would be favored.
I'd
On
say
here.
4. I'd say 4.
And you'd say 4. Who was the one that
Yeah.
I said that
Pittsburgh.
you wouldn't think? Pittsburgh. Okay,
Pittsburgh.
so you would say no.
I got 6.
So 4 to 5 games. So 4.5. We're looking at 4.5 favored right now. Over under 4.5 wins then.
Over.
Yeah, I'll say over.
Okay. So we're gonna perfect.
I'm leaning
I
with
think
my
over
heart.
4.5 is good. I agree. That's gonna be low. I think we're probably like 6, over under 6. It's probably what I would say the betting odds would be. What is your early prediction then? Before the official schedule comes out, but just based on opponents and where we at now, I'll start with Corey. What's your too early prediction?
7-10.
7-10. Okay. Tech.
8-9.
Wow.
Barely missing the
8-9.
playoffs. Losing week 7, losing week 18 that missed the playoffs.
I'm going to say 6-11. I don't think we've done enough to completely change. I do see us being a team like the Lions were like 2-3 years ago that were in a lot of games, but just couldn't get over the hump to win them. Right? I mean, how many 3-point games or 6-point games did they have?
It was crazy.
So I think our defense is going to be a lot better, but I don't think it's going to be great. I do think our offense has. We'll have games where we'll be. I don't think we're going to be elite on offense either. I still think we have a lot of growing to do, and we have to fix our offensive line. I think 6-11 is probably where we're at with like a height of 8 and 9. I don't think we're going to get above 500, especially with looking at our schedule. It's going to be tough. It'll be tough.
I think the X factor in all of this is
the
coaching staff. If the coaching staff can get, especially on the offense side of the ball, because you got some good minds there. In Frankenberry, we've got Anthony Lynn over there, Brian Johnson, who I think was underrated with the Eagles. And I mean, you get that. And if you get Bobby Johnson to like forget everything that happened in New York on that offensive line, I think you're going to be okay. And I think the coaching staff could be worth a game or two.
That's fair.
That's why
coaching them guys, strategizing and getting them in the right position.
Where do you think this is a different question, but where do you think this roster should be rated then in the league? Like, are we
middle of the road?
You think middle of the road this roster is right now?
I mean, like not like 16. I mean, like lower in the middle, like 19th, 20th.
I think it's like in the last quarter. No.
We got 20th in the league.
I'm like thinking maybe like 25 or 26 right now.
I don't think we can be much higher than that.
You don't think so? Right.
Yeah. I don't. I still feel as though this team has a lot of work to do. Right. We were the worst team last year. Not literally. I mean, Carolina's probably, they're really, really bad in a lot of ways. But I still think that we have a long way to go. But I think 6-11, I think we can win more games than we did last year. We're more talented, but we still have a rookie quarterback, a first-year head coach to putting in a new system. And I think that's 6 games is probably what he won his first year in Atlanta. And that was with an established quarterback, I think, with Matt Ryan.
I think it went 7 and 9, I think.
Maybe
they weren't. No, they went to the playoffs. Did they?
His year 1?
No, they didn't. No, I'm thinking.
I'm about to check right now.
I think they had 2 good years in the middle. I think his first year may have been only 7 and 9.
They were 8 and 8. They were 8 and 8, and then they went to the
year 1
Super Bowl. Then they went to the Super Bowl the next year.
Got it. 8 and 8. Okay, but that was with an established quarterback in Matt Ryan, and they were 6 and 10 last year. So 2 more wins than the year before with Dan Quinn. I'm predicting the same.
It was a quarterback. He's like, Matt Ryan's like Kirk Cousins with a shine, though. Like, that's what I always felt like.
6 that MVP trophy, he been to a bowl, got a little extra shine on him. Yeah, I can see that.
That would be devastating. I don't think 6 wins would be devastating. I don't.
6 wins is fine. That's
because we have Jaden Daniels still. And Jaden Daniels, I know a lot of people are excited about him, and there's good reason to be excited, but he's still a rookie, right? He still has a lot to learn.
He's going to go through some growth,
and he's going to figure out really quickly he does not have Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. going against college-level corners. Okay. So, all right, there you go. That's what. Is there any other Commander stuff that you guys can think of that was going on this week? I have a couple of things for around the NFC East, the enemy updates that are maybe interesting topics, but those are what I had for this.
We're good to go on that one.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. So enemy updates that are going on right now. Cowboys are showing interest in Najee Harris. Would that scare you if they made a move and got a guy like Najee on their team?
Nothing they do scares me. Like
Nothing they do scare me.
nothing. Like
That boy's slower than us. Get the freak out of here! I ain't scared of Najee Harris. Get out my face.
Yeah,
Go play for him. Where's your draft picks?
Tim, that's a false rumor. Apparently, maybe. I don't, that's fine. I know they were very interested in running back for a while.
They got Zeke back. My wife was so excited when Zeke was at.
But he's a
She's
center.
like, yeah, exactly. That's what I told her too. I was like, I said, y'all got an extra offensive lineman. Y'all replace Tyler Biadasz.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
I think it'd be interesting if they got Najee Harris. Now, I'm somebody that does not believe in running backs in general. I do think Najee Harris, though, is a much better running back than people give him credit for because that Steelers offensive line was horrific and they had no quarterback play the last couple of seasons. Now, you could say you can't really use that excuse for Warren because Warren had much better efficiency numbers. But at the same time, when Najee Harris was in the game, they're going to focus on the run game a lot more than they were with Warren in there. So I'm never going to be scared of a running back, but it's interesting nonetheless.
I mean, he's played and started in every game. He's been 1,000-yard runner. The only thing with him is that mileage is up 834 carries over 3 years. I wouldn't buy that car if it's at a used car lot right now. So
I wouldn't buy that car if it was a used car.
Oh, sir.
I think trading for a running back is always dumb. So I hope the Cowboys do it because, yeah, you don't need to trade for a running back. Just roll with Rico Dowdle and move on. Especially when he's, running behind Zeke Elliott. Okay. Eagles. There's rumor. So they just drafted two corners.
You want to skip that?
No, we'll come back to it. We're going to finish with that one. I don't necessarily go in the order that I write them down. I usually just do it. We're going to come back to that because I'm going to have fun with that one. Because, yes. Anyway, Eagles. They went corner first round, a DB second round, and Cooper DeJean. They're talking about a cap casualty. They actually might cut Bradbury. There's thoughts that James Bradbury might be cut. Does that seem... They paid him a lot of money, and this would only be his second year after getting paid. Do you think they actually make the move to get rid of a guy like James Bradbury off their team?
He's trash. Yes, bye. It's on you.
I mean, it's Howie. Howie's going to do whatever it is to make that team better. And
Is
9 times out of 10, he's always on the right side of history. So if he's getting rid of you, hey, see you later.
But you paid him.
Oh, well.
Just last year.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, we got rid of They was like, hey, Carson Wentz, we got rid of him a year before Jalen Hurts took us to a Super Bowl.
Hey, man.
How many TDs do you expect with the new kick return rule? Somebody said over 22.
That's way too many.
I don't know. Like, what were the? I would have to look. I'll look into that before next episode. Ask me then, and I'll see what DC like the XFL with that rule, what the numbers were. I have zero clue what I think the numbers would be. Anyway, back to Bradbury. So Bradbury garbage. I've heard that the Eagles might move Cooper DeJean to outside corner. I don't think they do that because they signed their first round pick was an outside corner.
No, they said it's serious. I saw a report about that.
Well, I'm saying what I think, and maybe they will. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in there. I would think that the Kenyon Mitchell would be one outside, and then they have Slay for the other. I view Cooper DeJean as more of a guy that's going to be more of a safety at the next level from what I saw when I looked into him, but who knows? Because I don't view him as a shutdown corner by any stretch of the imagination at all.
He's a shiny toy.
He's a shiny toy.
He's a
My
shiny
man
toy.
Yes.
So you think they're just gonna do it just for the memes?
He's
First
a
white
shiny
corner
toy.
to start. And
Send Seahorn.
So he
Send
gonna get
Seahorn. Come on now, give Seahorn respect.
Facts.
oh man.
I mean, it's like it's
Hey,
like
man.
it's the 40s all over again. Like everybody go, hey, this is the type of ball that Roger signed up to watch. Like we're going 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
Cooper DeJean out there.
My man about to get baptized by wide receivers by fire. It's nice knowing him. It's nice knowing him. Get that man the Holy Bible and pray for him.
When I watch the Eagles down, I'm gonna put my TV in black and white, so it just feels like I'm back in the day, back in the old.
Not black and white, though.
Oh gosh.
Not black and white.
Maybe make it a little staticky.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Little
Like,
saggy.
I said I'm gonna go
Watch
to
it on channel 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. I'll put that 3 up there. Like.
If it when Cooper DeJean get cooked, you just put it in 4K real quick. Say,
That's right.
Oh,
not cooked.
Oh my gosh. It just
what would you guys give to get Ayuk?
Can we stop this discussion? Can we just wait until 2025? Can we stop that, bro?
I don't think. Yeah, I think they're. I agree.
Yeah, I'm
Can
not
we
trying.
wait till 2025 and pay him as a free agent. Can we stop that?
That would
I'd
be
give him
nice.
something still. I look if Stephon Diggs, that's the starting point for that conversation. What he got traded for. So that would be the starting point.
2025 second round. I don't even want to get that up. I was
Mhm.
paying free agency.
I don't think so because Diggs is so much older. I don't think that they're going to get rid of Ayuk. I agree, Yuki. I think they're just going to stick to him because I don't think the market's going to be out there for him like that. But all right, staying in the division, last one. Is there a quarterback battle in New York?
What like are they fighting in the streets in the swamps or something? What the
Does Drew Lock?
what quarterback?
Drew
Boss
Lock
fight.
have a chance at taking Daniel Jones's job?
Yeah,
I say yes. Okay.
is that a battle though?
Listen, is it a battle? So you think that he's just gonna get? It's just gonna get given to
Is
him?
it a
Like, he's
battle?
gonna
Like,
win?
I
Boss
mean,
fight. This is gonna be a bar
Okay.
fight. It's gonna be real quick and painless for Daniel Jones.
Drew Lock, I think, could be Brian Dable's New York version of Josh Allen.
Oh, Tim, stop
I'm outta
that!
here.
Don't
I'm outta
even.
here.
I think so.
Don't.
He
Come
just
on,
added
bro.
Malik Neighbors to be their digs. Okay. You have Brian Dable, the quarterback guru. He fixed Josh Allen's throwing and accuracy problems. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. He's not quite as big as Josh Allen, but he's got a super strong arm.
This is getting real spicy here.
I just need my boy to get one time. One time.
Look,
Give him.
Look,
Man, I don't want to root for the Giants.
Can Drew Lock turn to a legit NFL starting quarterback?
Oh,
Sure.
I need it one time.
Sure, fine. Josh Allen? Hell no. No. He couldn't fix the Vanilla Vic. The Vanilla Vic still sucks. So how you gonna fix this fool to make him? He made
way better
Daniel
than
look
Daniel
decent,
Jones.
but he made
Tim's
Vanilla
doing
Vic
a
look decent.
Jarris.
But no, bro, no.
I just.
He'll
I'm
be a
so
legit
mad at
NFL
Seattle.
starting quarterback.
I'm so mad at Seattle for starting Geno Smith. They're gonna suck forever now. They're terrible. They should have just given the reins to Drew Lock, and they may have actually had something. at the beginning.
They might give him the Slinky Sammy, man. You know what I'm saying? 2025 Slinky Sammy. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. All right.
Hey, May Sam,
Nonetheless.
how are we starting quarter 2025, man? Just saying.
Oh, we done.
No.
We done with this mess. We done with this mess.
We
good. I'll just catch you up on some. Reading.
Oh,
Here.
John Woo.
It's okay.
What's
You
that
guys don't have to
crazy?
agree with me. I'm right.
Man, you like
They said Tim doing a Jarris.
Tim, you waiting for Drew Lock to succeed is like
I'm just
me
so
waiting
mad.
for-
I
it's
just
like
need to see it one more time. Okay. I will not make another excuse for Drew Lock about anything if somebody just gives me one more chance at the starting job. After that, I'm cool. I can let it go. I can let it go.
Daniel Jones is so trash, they should give it to Drew Lock because Daniel Jones is cold trash.
He is trash. I agree.
Daniel Jones is ultimate
So
trash.
just let Drew Lock.
I mean, but if you got trash and trash,
Sink or swim.
What you got?
Just let him
Hey,
sink
man,
or swim.
hey, man,
Okay, I need it one time.
Hey, my man is skunk plus trash, and the other one just like borderline mid. I take the borderline mid over the skunk trash. Daniel Jones is terrible. Horrible.
I'm done with this. Okay.
I
Drew
give
Drew
you
Lock's
one in the middle.
Drew Lock's the GOAT. Drew Lock's
Let's
the
start
GOAT.
in the middle.
I'm sick of you guys. Okay.
You sick of
Immaculate
us?
grid. Immaculate
I
grid.
got one for you already. Not Drew Lock. In the middle,
I'm dead, bro.
Julian Peterson.
Julian Peterson.
Yes,
So
sir.
Shoot.
Immaculate
Facts.
grid.
I ain't been on Julian. Oh yeah, facts.
0.5%.
That's what I say.
Well
You hit
played.
him.
Well played.
Chicomita.
I like
Bro,
it.
what the frick?
Daniel Jones got
What
this
the
running
frick,
game.
bro?
Fans still think he's good. Yeah. It's bad. Okay. Green Bay, 1,000-yard receiving. Does it have to be with this team? When paired with the team, yes. Okay. So it's got to be paired with the team. You have the Niners. You could always, of course, go Jerry Rice. It's fine. Houston, Seattle's Clowney. Yeah, that's a good one. It's probably too high, too obvious, but it's fair.
You're in Seattle?
Ooh, I got one for Green Bay. I think he might be Javon Walker.
With who?
With Green Bay, the 1,000-yard receiver. I think Javon Walker.
Javon Walker, huh?
You remember Javon Walker?
Yeah, Javon Walker's a good one. I remember him.
Javon Walker. When did he play? I don't remember this name at all.
Wow.
2002 to 2009?
Yeah,
Man, I was a fantasy guy back then. He had a 1,000-yard receiver, and I just don't remember this guy at all.
Yeah, he was 1,000-yard receiver.
2%.
Oh, come on. Let's talk. Let's talk to me.
Talk to me.
Stop playing with me, son.
Confidence is key. Love it. Okay.
It's arrogance.
Arrogance.
It's arrogance.
Let's see here. Okay, so we have Jacksonville, Green Bay, Seahawks, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Niners, 1,000-yard receiver, Niners, 1,000-yard receiver, Texans, Seahawks, Texans, and Jacksonville, Texans. Who's a random 1,000-yard receiver for the Texans?
See, it's weird because San Francisco had like years where they didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver. That wasn't Jerry Rice.
Did Vernon Davis ever have 1,000 yards? I feel like the answer.
No.
Did VD ever? I don't know if VD did.
I don't think he did.
Eddie Lacy for Packers Seahawks. I like that.
That's actually
Eddie Lacy is the perfect one for sure.
I think it's going to be too high. I really do.
It is too recent. Yeah.
Matt Flynn.
That's a good one.
Did he ever play for them though?
Yeah, he start. No, wait a minute.
No, he ain't played for him.
I don't know if he played for him.
Oh, did he ever back up Russell? Did he ever come in?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he did. He did back up. He did back up Russell.
Matt Flynn?
I tried Matt Flynn.
Yes. Oh, 21%. Dang it. Too many people remember that. Annoying. I'm curious if that would have been if what's his name would have been lower. The other guy we said. Eddie Lacy.
Vernon Davis did not have 1,000 yards.
Gotcha. Anyway, okay. I'm upset that 21% of people remember that, but oh well. What are you going to do? All right. Jacksonville, Green Bay.
The obvious one is Mark Brunell, but that's probably
Super
too
obvious.
high. Yeah, it's too high. Did Jimmy Smith play for Green Bay?
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't know. I don't think he did, but I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm gonna check real quick.
Jimmy Smith. Did he play for them? No, he played for the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Sucks.
Wrong green.
Yeah. You think Jacksonville and Houston would have some overlap because they're in the same division.
Yeah, because you see somebody play twice a year and they get cut. You may like them or something like that.
I think it's there's a receiver.
For who?
It's not Mike Sims Walker. It's another
Give me the
receiver
two teams.
for Jacksonville and Houston. It was another guy on that team. I can't think of what his name was, but he played with Mike Sims. Well, I don't think Mike Sims Walker is the guy. Let me see. I'm trying to think of his name. What was his name?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't remember Jacksonville and Houston players very well right now. But
Neither
Houston
do
1,000-yard receiving yards. Did they ever have a tight end?
Mike
Get
Thomas,
1,000 yards?
I think this is him. No, that's not him. Who?
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of going to one of these tight end, like one of these teams with a tight end. If they had it, did George Kittle have 1,000 yards?
Yeah, I think Kittle.
I believe so. Yeah.
And then the Texans, they never.
You can try Philip Dorsett.
Andre Johnson is.
Did Dorsett get 1,000 yards? With
No. I meant for who played for Houston and Jacksonville.
That doesn't sound right. Seahawks and Texans. Let's see who played for the Seahawks.
No, not that's for Jacksonville and.
No, I know. I heard what you said. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of Seahawks and Texans, if I can.
Dwayne Brown is the obvious one.
Brown, super obvious.
Dwayne Brown? Would that be obvious? Do people ever think of linemen? I'll go Dwayne.
I bet you it's gonna be high.
14%. It's not crazy.
Oh, not bad. Okay, well.
Chase McLaughlin.
Chase McLaughlin's a crazy.
That's the kicker, right?
Yeah.
Or who's McLaughlin? That's the kicker, isn't it? 0.3.
That's a good one.
Well played, Yuki. Well played. All right, Yuki, who's the most random guy? You're a Niners fan. Who's the most random Niner you can think of that got 1,000 yards receiving? Yeah, did they have anybody that after Jerry Rice left, did they have like anybody? T.O., that's right. He was right, like in that same time frame because he was there early. Jacksonville and Green Bay. This is tough. All I can think of is Rice and Ayuk. That's all you can think of? Okay. You're not a Niners fan anymore. Never mind. Just kidding. Oh, no. Corey's power surged. He's frozen. He's not just looking at his phone.
Oh, crap.
He's out of here. I'll remove him. All right. Let's just finish this up then. Let's just go with that.
R.C. Owens for 1,000 yards?
Owen?
R.C. Owens, yes, in 1961.
R.C.
Owens, yeah. R.C. Owens.
That is a pull right there. Holy crap. Good for you, dude. That's fantastic. The only Texan I'm thinking of is Andre Johnson, but that's obviously going to be...
Nico Collins had 1,000 yards last year, but that's
did he? Yeah, it's too recent, though. You're right. Very recent. Deshaun Watson. You had D-Hop. Did he have a second receiver? When he had like 4,800 yards, did he have a second receiver to get 1,000?
I don't think so.
Because you had Andre Johnson. Sorry, you had DeAndre Hopkins, and then who? What if anybody else have gotten 1,000 yards there? Who else was on that team? Is there a? Ooh, did Will Fuller ever play enough?
Nah.
I don't think he got 1,000 either. But that would have been that. He would have been if he played enough, but I think he had too many injuries. And then you have
Brandon Cooks.
Oh, Brandon Cooks. That is it.
Brandon Cooks.
14%. Reasonable. All right. Jacksonville and Green Bay. Is there anybody that sticks out to you immediately? And then you have Jacksonville and Texans.
That wasn't Texans. I said Philip Dorsett for that one already.
Dorsett?
Philip Dorsett, yeah.
Okay. Wow, 1%. Good for you. And then we'll just end it with Mark Brunell. Why not?
That's fine.
Bang. All right. 84 rarity score. Wow, Brunell did not go very. Oh, okay, 31. All right. 84. That's respectable. That is respectable. And we can see if we can do better next week. But all right. There's Corey. He's back. Oh, too big. Corey's back. His power just surged. It didn't go out. It didn't get lost.
Yeah, he didn't lose it. We have the power.
Oh no, your mic sounds a little. Are you getting picked up by the right mic?
Yeah,
no, it is.
probably. Hold on. Probably not.
That sounded better. It must have just been away from you when you moved it or something.
Yeah.
We have the power. Yeah, my light went out. So,
all right. Well, that is another episode of the Comman-Dads. Any last things? You know what? Let's end it with what was new in your dad world there, Tone, because weren't there when we started. So we'll just end it with this.
This week's actually been pretty smooth. TJ's been chilling actually. It's been a pretty chill week for him. Got to spend time with some other babies at this thing called We Play. They do every Tuesday. And he found a new friend. So that found that very interesting. Outside of that, he started planning his first birthday. So that's what we've been doing so far.
Already?
Yeah.
Didn't he just have the 6th month?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago?
I'm not playing with people. I need this done before the summer's out. I got things to worry about.
wait a minute. So I got a question to ask because you can't just breeze over the part about the new friend was interesting.
Oh, he was a really cool little kid, like around the same age as him, and he.
So
really
it wasn't a girl
around him.
I think he was asking if it was a girlfriend, right?
No, it's a boy.
Okay.
The friend was a boy. That's why
he's 6 months old, already pulling the chicks. No.
I was about to say he started doing that already. I was like, "Woo, boy, you're worse than."
Well, I'm guessing that's what Corey was talking about. What were you?
No, I'm just wondering why you saying it. I thought like the kid have a peg leg or something,
Yuki,
or like
lead the stream, Yuki. I see that comment, Yuki. Lead the stream. Go ahead.
How'd you feel if TJ became an Eagles?
Oh, child, don't even get me started on that one. I'm fighting for the soul of my son every day.
I know, because you're apparently married to a Cowboys fan or something like that.
Yes.
We got a full Washington fan over here. We keeping it like that, okay? All right.
Tragedy.
I'm not letting TJ's Uncle Lim or Uncle Mo try to turn into an Eagle fan. It's not.
How hard does Rindy fight for this? Is this a big battle?
So it's not as big as we make it to be. For me, I don't think so, because it's more important to me. Like it's legitimately more important to me than anything. They don't even really watch games. Like she was sleep through half the games this year, and they was kicking ass and taking names. And she said it's because I was pregnant. I've been watching. I said, well, he can be a Washington fan. He will be a Washington fan. It's like dude, it kills me every time. Like he had a Cowboy onesie on. We were at a baseball game. I got home from work and stuff, and her grandmother put him in his Cowboy one. I'm like, is she just doing this just to piss me off? Like I'm like, really? I get like this thing. Like my blood sugar was good. It didn't have no heart attack or nothing like that. I was good. And then they're like,
that is bold.
Yeah.
You put your grandkid in a wow.
Yeah, she puts her grandkids. Yeah, they do.
Luckily, I will not have that problem. Well, man, that's
bad,
a
man.
Bold move.
Yeah, I'm like they like the Cowboys. I love the Commanders. Like that's where it's at.
Wow, interesting.
Oh, it's yeah. I think they just do it to piss me off, but and guess what?
It worked. Yeah, that worked. That would work for me.
It runs all
quickly.
But she doesn't.
I don't have that problem. It wouldn't be a grandmother in this case, but I'm just trying to think of that.
The grandmother. So it's my wife's grandmother, and then her daddy. They'll put them in Cowboy stuff or whatever if they see what's going on.
Don't catch me. Don't catch. I said
son, and I can see it in his eyes. He looks at me with those Google eyes. He's like, Dad, these people have turned me into something than less than what I deserve to be in this world. And I said, I know, son. I said, but look up, get up, and don't ever give up. Because you know what? Daddy's going to be there with that burgundy and gold every single time.
Yeah.
We will fight this, and we will make it through.
Wow. That is
Dude,
bold.
yeah.
I'm about to say, the only two people that would try to make my son a non-Commanders fan would probably be my friend Mo and Lim. They diehard Eagle fans. I don't got any no Cowboy fans in my friend group. I
couldn't even imagine.
I got 5 aunts who are Cowboy fans, but
I'm a Skins fan.
They would never.
I'm a Skins fan. And if I were to have a daughter and then she got married to a Cowboys fan and he wanted to raise his son a Cowboys fan, I don't think I would do that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I
don't think I would put my grandson in Commanders gear just because, or just in Skins gear. Like,
no, because it's
not my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not your kid. Gang.
Yeah, like I refuse.
Why you putting someone's kid?
I refuse to take pictures with him, touch him when he is in that mess. Like, and they because they don't understand, because there's a different, like, living in the DMV, there's a different type of Cowboy fan than it is living out in Texas and other places. Like,
we Cowboy
literally
crap,
they're cracking. I call them, they're like every verse. I said, y'all see Michael Irvin and his ashy cracked powdered lips and everything. And
that's y'all.
Like, that's a
man.
Cowboy fan. To me, every Cowboy fan is some nappy-headed brother with ashy lips, with some old starter jacket on and some dirty New Balances, and got holes in his jeans, and works somewhere, like anywhere between the gas station or works for the or works for the
DMV's known for New Balances.
Yeah.
No.
And they work for the city. They work for their local city or town, doing something to either the plumber or the garbage man, which those are all good jobs, but they all seem to be Cowboy fans, man. I can't do it. I won't do it.
Oh, Yuki, yeah, Dave is a Cowboy fan, but Dave would never put no.
Marriage is over as soon as they find out their division.
I don't have to worry about that. Dave is so understanding. He bought TJ Commanders again. He knows it's not happening. So Dave knows what's up. Dave understands.
So the only other couple that I really know that are diametrically opposed, I guess, in that sense of like Cowboy fan versus Washington fan, they both came up with the agreement that they weren't going to push either team, like no gear either way. Granted, my buddy is not the biggest Commander fan, so I don't think that. But he does hate the Cowboys, so he was like, "I'm not putting my son in the Cowboys either." So I think they just said, "All right, well,
dirty New Balance.
We're just gonna agree to." Basically, they just started putting him in like Orioles gear because she's also like they live in Baltimore, so they big Orioles fans.
That's cool.
So they're just like, screw it. He's just gonna be an Orioles fan, and that's it.
Oh gosh,
all my
they got the faded white jerseys too.
Caps, Commanders. And Sixers gear. Damn it. I wish someone would change it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what, like, Zane, we're good with the Nats gear and stuff. And we're gonna put them in Capital stuff probably eventually. And my wife became a Wizards fan de facto because we went to a game last year. So yeah.
There you go. Fair enough.
I'm sorry. That's the one Washington.
You're an op. You're an op anyway. You from
that's fine.
You're an op. You're an op. I think he bleeds green too sometimes. No. That's what it is. He's an op. He's an op. He's gonna have that
green.
Cooper. He's gonna have that Cooper DeJean 3 on.
Green. Oh no!
You should get something Commanders that your kid can wear every day, like a watch or something, to troll your family.
Green. I don't got an ounce of green in my
I'm gonna take him to the tattoo parlor and get him a
I don't. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move this camera. Ain't an ounce of green in my closet. I burn it.
Does he have his ears pierced?
Oh, he could.
And give him some W.
Yes.
Earrings.
Excellent.
Oh, that's
like studs.
Now. It's
excellent. Yeah.
And then he could just always have
Tim's
those.
A genius. He's a genius. I just got to make sure I'm going to brand the number 5 on his chest, and we'll just change the last name each time. It's Each time it switches hands, we'll be like Daniel's way.
Random. That's what Will said too.
Daniel's way is crazy.
Give him a Commanders logo haircut.
Yes!
Our fans going too far, bro.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
No,
All right.
no,
I think that's a good one to end it
Yeah,
on.
cut
I
it out,
appreciate you
bro.
guys.
The
Glad you
Spurs
got
are a great
on.
idea, though.
I'm glad you got on eventually, Tech, and glad everything's okay. No wild shooting, no bullets flying that you saw.
I ain't get popped. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, thank
I ain't meet
goodness.
Jesus tonight.
When are you
good.
moving?
I'm moving as soon as it lease up. I can't do it no more.
There you go. That's a good idea.
I gotta go much faster than slow.
Yeah, if bullets are flying on my street, I think that's what I'm moving.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Appreciate all of you guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you subscribe to their 2 channels. Top 2 links in the description on the Warpath and PSN Commanders Network. Go hit them up as well. So appreciate all of you watching. We will see you next week. The schedule will be out, and we'll see what else we can scrounge up to talk about in the off season. But we're going to be here every Wednesday, and I'm going to be probably a new dad then too. So that'll be exciting. All right. I'll see you next time. And until next time, see ya!
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. It's crazy.